In a strange turn of events, and almost 3 months later, Will Smith dropped an apology video, and we definitely have to check this out and react to this like immediately. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun jazz. We're gonna get right down deep into this thing and see what he's talking about, bruh. It's been a while. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of work thinking about personal. I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. You've asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take some time to answer. Ooh, this is about to get spicy. There's a lot of questions that were asked. Most of them were surrounding Jada herself. Was this provoked by Jada? That's the only question I really want answered. Was this whole thing provoked by Jada, or did you act on your own accord? Did she give you the bat signal to go ape shiznit on Chris Rock? Why did I forget his name, bro? Chris Rock, or did you do this by yourself? Let's go. All right. What you got to say, Big Pimpin'? He looks hurt, bro. I feel like this is about to be a next meme, but let's see. I want to see if he does this apology video right. There's been so many YouTuber apology videos that have been very cringe, and they have come off as not genuine. I want to be able to look at this video and determine if this video is an actual apology coming from the bottom of his heart, or was he put at glizzy point and forced to do something like this? Did he have to do this to fan the flames? I feel like his timing of releasing this was actually very interesting, because he picked a time where this incident wasn't talked about very much at all. I mean, no one really like talks about the incident that happened a few months back, and he came on his own accord, it seems like, but I don't know. Let's just check this out.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?
Good question.
I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy.
To be honest, he's keeping it a stack. I mean, if he was already that moved to like smack the man on sight, I don't think his next order of business would have been to apologize immediately. He wasn't even in the right state of mind to do that. He was probably shocked that he even like got up there and did that in the first place. You know what I mean? Not justifying his actions, but I can see why he didn't do that. No, does it make it right? Absolutely not. But you know, at the end of the day, we're all human.
I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out.
Chris was through with him, bro. As soon as he smacked him, and allegedly Will Smith tried to make amends with Chris Rock. Chris Rock was not having it, bro. He's like, yo, like, don't talk to me. Give me my space. He burned a lot of bridges with that slap, man. I mean, because what not a lot of people think about is Chris Rock was presenting an award. So whoever was getting that award presented to them had to also kind of like look at him a little cross-eyed. Like, that's crazy, bro.
So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
That's the best way to go about it, man. You can't force somebody to talk to you when you're apologizing. The number one thing I feel like needs to be done when you're trying to make up for some messed up stuff you've done is come at it in a way where you take ownership and you kind of like, you know, kind of highlight the things that you did that were wrong and what you will do to improve. You know what I mean? And in this case, he's like, hey, we should have a sit down, a kumbaya, talk it out whenever you are ready. He's not like, you need to contact me now. I tried to reach out to you. You didn't respond, blah, blah, blah. No, none of that. He's like, hey, listen, the door is open if you want to talk, but if not, I understand. So far, so good, man.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did. And, you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and, you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family. specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship.
Bro, if y'all saw Tony Rock stand up on Will Smith, bro, he was going crazy. He was going crazy, man, going crazy. I definitely feel like if there's any bridge that Will Smith burned, it was definitely with Tony Rock, because it's the second that Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, Tony Rock in his next stand-up was not having it, man. He was saying, you know, all this craziness about Will Smith and whatnot after the fact. I mean, yeah, he was definitely charged up after that. He's like, you can't just be manhandling my little brother like that, bro. Like, what's wrong with you, man?
You know, Tony Rock was my man.
Probably not anymore.
This is probably irreparable.
Mm-hmm.
I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened.
Funny thing is, I feel like, you know, in society, right? Even if you have the perfect apology, of course, the people watching are always going to have something to say about how you apologize, if it's coming off as genuine. This, so far, seems very genuine. Very genuine. He's addressing all the people mainly affected by this incident. There's a lot of people who were technically affected, but mainly everybody attached to Chris Rock. That's what you got to apologize to. Mainly Chris Rock, and then anybody immediately surrounding that. And whoever received that award that no one even thought about, bro. Like, I don't know who received that award during that ceremony. What made this event so big, as we all know, is that it was done on national television at a very, very prestigious event in front of millions of people. That's the thing. Super crazy. And I'm glad that he's owning up to it in this apology and not just, you know, giving the generic words that everybody says with the fake tears and whatnot. He's being a man about this, man. This is how a real man apologizes.
In that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
I'm glad he cleared that up.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do
this
something?
Is the question. This is the question that I wanted answered this entire video. This is the question right here.
No.
Okay.
It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. And say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us.
Yeah.
To all my fellow nominees, you know, this is a community.
Damn.
It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment.
Yeah, bro, because to think about it, I feel like that Oscars high key was one of the most watched Oscars ever because of what Will Smith did, ironically. You know what I mean? I didn't know about anything going on having to do with the Oscars until I saw a trending hashtag of Will Smith smacking the heaven and earth out of Chris Rock. So the fact that he's addressing the nominees and stuff is huge. Bro, this is a thorough apology, very thorough, no holes in it. He looks very, very like authentic. As he's apologizing, he's addressed all the appropriate people. He's completely, told people that, hey, I do not approve of my actions. There is no justification of my actions. And he's owned up to what he's done. And at this point, he's just taking full responsibility for what he's done. So honestly, very commendable apology. I know he's going to get a lot of backlash anyways, because somebody's going to say he didn't say the right words or he missed XYZ. But if you put this next to any apology that we've seen so far on the internet, this even tops PewDiePie's apology. Hands down. Hands down, bro. When PewDiePie dropped the N-bomb and apologized for that, this so far is topping that. I personally, in my opinion, he's doing a very good job.
I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know,
I don't even know who that is, bro. That's crazy.
It's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
Nope. That's crazy.
What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down?
A lot of people said that.
So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down.
I feel like one of the things, though, a lot with myself personally is letting myself down. Disappointing other people isn't really a central trauma for myself per se, but I can say that letting myself down is huge. You know what I mean? But at least he's honest about this, and that, I mean, he's even explained about his past before and stuff, and like what it meant for him to see other people, you know, smile and like, you know, make other people happy and stuff like that. So I can see like how this is very valid, man.
So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself. Right? I'm
That's
human.
important.
And
yes,
I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking.
Definitely. Yes.
But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Damn, man. Closing remarks on this, I'll keep it short. We live in a very interesting age where we are very involved in our favorite celebrity, favorite influencers' lives and stuff like that. We like to involve ourselves with as many things as possible. I also feel like we hold the people that we look up to a higher standard than normal. So whenever they mess up, everyone tends to mob on top of those people. It doesn't justify their actions at all, but we also have to do some self-reflection ourselves. Are we perfect people? If we were to make a similar mistake, would we want the same backlash that Will Smith received? It's like, it almost pays to dunk on people these days. I think that's kind of how it's been since the dawn of time and entertainment, you know what I mean? But you got to be realistic. Everyone makes mistakes. You are absolutely able to recover from any mistake as long as your actions in the future reflect that. That is super simple, very plain, and I wish that more people understood that. But a lot of people look through life with a very interesting lens, and I'm seeing this a lot more from like the younger generation, where they think that any action that you've done that is horrendous is irredeemable. And I disagree with that. I strongly disagree. I feel like no matter what mistake you make, you're able to bounce back from that. I mean, you're going to have to live with the consequences of your initial decision and your initial action, but you can always become a better person. And I feel like that needs to be pushed in today's society. That is where we are lacking the most, which is forgiveness and progress, you know, being able to progress forward and learn from your mistakes. Because if we keep holding people to the fire for the things they've done in the past, past, it does not allow them room to grow. And other people who would have looked up to them to get out of a situation like that now also see or will have this perception that it is impossible to recover from mistakes, and therefore feel the need to be perfect 100% of the time. We need to get that out of our heads. We need to understand that making mistakes is okay. Depending on the mistake, obviously, some mistakes aren't okay, but they happen. Mistakes happen. I should say that. Mistakes happen. They're unavoidable, but we can learn from them and we can move forward. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Take care. Love you guys. Peace.